Let me go ahead and press record. All right, and we are recording. So this is the Insta360 Wave. This was sent to me so I could test it out. I've done IT for about a decade and I've set up a bunch of conference rooms, and having good audio is probably the most important thing in a conference room so people can hear you when they're on remote calls or something like that. And that's what Insta360 is trying to do here. But they've added in some other features like AI and transcription. So I'm going to show you that at the end of the video after I stop recording on this. A really cool thing about this is you can put the link to webcam on top, and so you can use this for video. So I'm going to go ahead, put this on top, show you some of the features of this. Then I will walk through an audio test, and then I will share you my final thoughts at the end with the transcription for what we are recording right now. In order to have bullet points for the end of this video, I'm going to just talk for a bit. I'll speed up the video so you don't have to watch it. But then at the end of the video, I'll kind of show you some of the software and what the transcription is like so you can see what this actually does. All right, so I'm recording now with the link to webcam and the Insta360 Wave. That's where all the mic audio is coming from. So let's go over all the features. If you look at this console here, you've got a speaker button. You can press this to change the audio levels. You can also press this to mute yourself. And then obviously you can press this to record. Now this does not need to be plugged into power to record or anything like that. So if you are in a company meeting or you're traveling somewhere and you need to record something, you can just set this up, press record. It uses the built-in battery. And then when you are done, you press stop. And then it's going to save the recording. And in this instance, it will save to the cloud because I'm connected to Wi-Fi. You can open the file. I'm just going to go ahead and press check. Let's go through some of the other features. So over here, you can look through the files that you have saved onto the storage. It has 32 gigs of storage built in. And then here you can change some settings for the link to. So we will switch over to manual, and we will say we are going to manually adjust. So now I can move this over and you can see my face is moving as I press this and move things. I can go down and up. So let me go ahead and move way over here to where I am not. Then we'll switch from manual to automatic. And if we look at the automatic mode, it will follow you based on where the sound is. So now we are in automatic mode. If I move over here, hey link to dude, I'm over here. So it finds where the audio is and it adjusts accordingly. Pretty cool. And of course, once it's locked onto a face, it will follow me around if I move. But if someone else decides to talk, like I'm talking now, it's going to move over once it figures out where the audio is coming from. And it's not always instant, but it does a pretty good job eventually getting it. Now, if we check out the settings, right now AI summary is off. Let's go ahead and turn that on. That means it will automatically be summarized, so we don't have to press a button at the end of that. You can see where I'm at with the Pro plan. There is also a free plan. We can turn Bluetooth on. I prefer to keep it plugged in. Here's where you set up your Wi-Fi, and you can set a password if you'd like to do that as well. Just press the set and you can enter a pin. And here we are in USB mode. We can change the file transfer or reverse charging. Here we can adjust the mic volume. I've got it at max, and we can set the device height. I also have this at max. You can see how much storage space we have left. Alert tone, firmware update, update our region, time zone, but you can also update the firmware here. You can select the audio that if you want lossless, no thank you. Screen auto sleep, language, and then you can power it off. So now if I press the record button and start talking, as soon as I stop, it's going to automatically generate an AI summary. And so you can see now it's saving, generating, and then we can go onto the browser and find that summary. So I've got the link to installed on top of the Wave. We're using original audio. So I'm going to do a bunch of things with the sound so you can see what original audio is like. Then we will switch to noise reduction. The first thing I'm going to do is turn on my electric razor. So I've got it on now. I'm talking over the electric razor. It's pretty loud. Let me walk over here. So I'm in my dining room because this is the room in my house, most like a conference room. This is the worst filming environment possible. You don't want light behind you. So let me close the blinds. Close blinds. So again, the blinds are coming down right now. They're pretty loud. I don't know what you can hear, if you can hear the blinds or not. The blinds are finally closed. Let me walk around so you can kind of see what it's like as I walk around. I've got a giant swamp cooler. Let me turn that on. Alexa, turn on Big Bertha. So now I've got the swamp cooler on, quite a loud swamp cooler. It's just right back here. And then the last thing I'll try is I have a vacuum cleaner. I'll go ahead and turn this on. This thing is really loud. I would be very surprised if you could hear me at all. So let's turn this off. All right, so now I'm going to switch the audio from original to noise suppression. I guess I call it noise reduction. So now noise reduction is on. Let's do all these tests in reverse. So I'm gonna turn on the vacuum cleaner. So this is a really, really loud vacuum cleaner. If you can hear me at all, that would be super impressive. I can't even hear myself. This thing is so loud. Okay, so that was the vacuum cleaner. Let's turn on the evaporative cooler. Cool, turn on Big Bertha.
All right, turning Big Bertha on.
So the swamp cooler is turned on, not quite as loud as the vacuum, still pretty loud swamp cooler. Let me go ahead and turn that off. Now I will open the blinds again. So before, I'm sure you were able to hear the blinds. Obviously they are going up. Now the blinds are up, and let me go ahead and sit where it's not quite so bright. And going full circle, let me turn on my razor. Got my razor on. This is what it sounds like with noise reduction. So hopefully that was able to give you a good idea. If you are in an office where people shave, turn on the evaporative cooler, open the blinds, and vacuum. That's going to be what it sounds like in original mode and noise reduction mode. After I stopped recording, it uploaded everything to the cloud with a summary and everything like that, so we can view the transcript, so we can view everything I said. I can play it back like this. I can skip through things. It highlights what I said, so if you need to go back and be like, what was said during the meeting, let's go over everything exactly, you can do this. Now what most people are going to do is just look at the summary. So this is the summary of everything I said at the beginning of the video. So let me just kind of go over everything and make sure it got everything. Let's see, the meeting features, detailed review and demonstration of the Insta360 Wave. Yep, sure. Okay, introduction, introduce the Wave. Device was provided for testing. Ooh, my decade-long experience in setting up conference room audio system. I mean, it is true. Device features and capabilities. You can put a webcam on top. Yep. AI features. That's what we're looking at right now. Transcription. We just saw that. Speaker plans to show both audio tests and software demonstration. So you should have seen that already. And then here are the parts that were my thoughts that I kind of fast forwarded through. The audio in general is good. Yes. Original mode, the mic audio is acceptable, but shows lower gain compared to the noise reduction mode. Yeah. So this is something I noticed. The gain level does change depending on what mode you are in. Seems kind of weird to me. Here are some of my thoughts with design. The device extends about 2 inches. So this is what I'm talking about here. It goes up enough that you can press the controls, which I think is fine. The current design places most weight on top, and I suggest flipping it around. Yeah. So what I think Insta360 should do is, instead of putting the touch controls down here, put them up here with just a little teeny thing that connects to the camera, and that teeny part up top can go up, and that way you'd be able to extend it more, because as it is now, it just barely goes over the laptop lid. I would say in future designs, I would rather have the controls up here more and then extend the webcam up a little bit higher. So that's what I'm talking about there. Software and overall thoughts. Software is well received for transcription and summary features. I mean, you're looking at it now. You can decide if this is the sort of thing that would be useful for you. Speaker comment and potential use for device company meetings, especially if it allows simultaneous audio and video recording, which it does not. It records the audio, but if I put the camera on here without having it plugged in, it doesn't record the video. I think that's another feature that'd be really cool to add. Put more storage space on this and make it so that if you put the camera on top, you could view a preview of the camera on here or something like that, and then you could easily record meetings. You don't have to have it plugged in. It would upload to the cloud. That would be really cool. And then overall, despite some design quirks, the concept is strong and fits. Yeah. As someone who has done IT, I think this device is awesome. Really fantastic. Yep. Certainly has room for improvement, and I'm excited to see how it improves in the future. Check out the links in the video description for the current price and more information.